Yo, 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 what's up? It's Monday, and you know what that means. It's time for another episode of Marcus in the Man Cave with your boy Marcus and my beautiful, most amazing co-host, Miss Janelle Mayfield. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm kind of suffering from a little COVID shot problem right now. I'm a little loopy, but I'm here. And we took a week off, so that was fun.
We did.
We
It was
did. We
wonderful.
we all took a week off. We got Erica back with us. Hey, Erica,
Hey,
how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's been a long Monday.
It,
I'm excited for the show.
super long, super long. And we have a special guest. Miss Shannon Thomas with us. Hey.
Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, hey, hey.
She has been watching the show for quite some time, and I couldn't think of anybody else to have on tonight for tonight's topics. So I want to thank you for being here tonight.
Thanks for inviting me.
Look, you're already getting comments right now. You know, Shannon, you look beautiful. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, hey, girl.
Hey, look at that. So, everybody melanin looking good. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Oh, just the females. Oh, so my melanin ain't looking good. All right, that's fine. Whatever.
Which one? I
Whatever.
mean, you're
Whatever.
from Melon, so.
I'm gonna let that slide. I'm gonna go ahead and let that slide. But Janelle, what did you do for this past weekend? Because I know you had some fun this past weekend and Labor Day. What did you do?
I was on vacation from Tuesday to Saturday. It was wonderful. We went to Myrtle Beach. My in-laws, we had like a family reunion, family vacation on the beach, and Zaire just lived his best life. It was wonderful.
That's cool. I like that. Um,
Nice.
Erica, did you do anything fun?
I saw Candyman. It was so good.
Was
really
it?
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It
mad
was
it's not-
way better than the first one, but that's an old one. But this was really good.
Okay.
Yeah. Was
It
it
was
scary?
scary. It was scary. They linked the like current events well with the old Candyman. It was worth it. Go see it.
I would have
The
went with
melanin was beautiful all throughout the movie. You gotta check it out. It was good.
Mhm.
And it was in
And I-
Chicago, so there's that.
Yes. I'm so excited.
Okay. So
and I hung
what'd you do,
out
Shannon?
in hung out in Baltimore and did nothing. I did
And-
celebrate one of my friend's birthdays. Happy birthday, Alexis.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, cool. Let's get into the show tonight. We got some good topics tonight. I think we have some amazing topics tonight. But we have a little icebreaker. This weekend marked the 20th anniversary of the terrorist attacks on New York, D.C., and Pennsylvania, because I feel like Pennsylvania always gets left out for some reason. And it just does, and it's crazy. But
It's-
so it's it's so we decided to talk a little bit about where we were when it happened and what we were doing, and you guys can chime in too about what you were doing. I'll start off. I was in the third grade, and I remember being sick that day, and I was in the nurse's office in elementary school, and I had a fever, and my mom would not come pick me up. Like, she did not want to come pick me up. But the nurse got on the phone and was like, "No, you're gonna pick this boy up. He's got 101-degree fever. Take him home. He can't stay here." So we get in the car. I remember my mom was listening to the news on the radio, but she always did that. So it was nothing crazy. But I did hear like elevation in the sound of people's voices on the radio. Everybody kind of seemed like they were kind of going crazy about something. But I'm a kid, so I was just lucky to get home, and I was just trying to get some like ice cream or something, like, trying to play up my sickness a little bit. We get home. We get home, and I remember turning on the TV, and it was everywhere. Every channel I turned to, it was just on. And my mom was on the phone, just talking frantically with people. And then I watched the second plane hit the second tower, and I thought I was watching a movie. I was like, "This is the greatest special effects I've ever seen." As a kid, I was like, "This is real." And then I knew something was wrong when my dad walked in the door. Now, my dad was a straight go to work at 7 o'clock, come back at 6 o'clock kind of guy, and he came in the house at like 9:40 something, and I was like, "You shouldn't be home right now." And then I remember him picking me up and moving me away from the TV, and it was like, "Get away from the TV, just go sit down somewhere." And then he sat on the couch and just put his hand on his head and was watching the TV, and that's when I knew something was wrong, and he kind of explained to me what was going on. So that was my experience. Janelle, what was yours?
So mine was a bit different. I remember very vividly, I was in the 5th grade. I was on my way to math class, Miss DeVito's class. I remember it. I could see the hallway, everything. And they had TVs in the corner. But I'm from Ohio, and not many people really care about the Midwest. Nothing really happens there. And a lot of like major news events it does not impact Ohio at all. So I remember watching like something on the TV where I saw something burning and I thought nothing of it. Some people came and got their kids, but besides that, it was a normal day. Class continued. I remember, I actually can't remember if my mom picked me up earlier, but we went home. We didn't even talk about it. Like, it literally meant nothing. The next day, they were like, oh, we're going to like have a moment of silence for the people that died. And I was like, what are you even talking about? Like, it literally didn't mean anything to me. And this is so sad until I got to Howard.
Oh, wow.
That's when people were talking about it, and I actually went to, the monuments and things like that. And I really learned about it. That's when I actually felt like, oh my God, this was horrific. So it was like, I don't know what, a decade later that it actually meant something to me. It really did not impact me at all till way later.
Okay. Erica, where were you?
I was in school, and I remember my teachers all leaving the classroom to meet and talk and what's going on. They stopped the class, we stopped the classroom for them to walk out, talk in the hallway. And similar to Janelle, I don't think that I really realized what it meant when I was younger. I knew a tragedy had happened. We watched it on the news. I knew it was serious then. It wasn't I wasn't totally oblivious, but I think that had it happened now as an adult and I understand what's going on and the danger that we were facing as a country, I think it would have had a larger impact as now than it did then. But yeah, I don't think I really understood it then, which I do now. We were also young back then.
I agree. We were real young, and
We were kids.
we had no concept of the world outside of where we lived for real. So it was like New York was a far ways away when I was a kid. I thought that was it might as well have been another country because we weren't going to.
Yeah, that's on the East Coast.
Yeah.
We're I'm in the Midwest, so it was so far away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shannon, what about you?
We were in school, and I just remember my teacher turning the TV on, and I'm like, it still didn't like you guys said, it didn't mean anything until I was grown, and I'm like, oh wow, that's crazy. Like, I remember it happening, and I knew it was very sad because my teacher was crying. Like, it just seemed like chaos kind of erupted in school, but we didn't. I'm from the South. It just wasn't close enough to home for it to really hit the way, the impact of what was really going on until I got older. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe all of this happened.
Yeah. I think as kids, we're just watching the adult reactions. That's how we're trying to determine how serious it is.
How we should react.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And my dad, like I said, my dad was just a tough dude. But when I saw him sit on the couch and put his hand over his face and was just like, this is big, I was like, oh, if he's shook up, then this must be something that's happening. We got a comment from Victoria. She says, I was in the 5th grade in Landover, Maryland. I had classmates whose parents worked at the Pentagon, and we had just taken a school trip to New York City in the spring. It was definitely scary for me. Yeah, I can see that, especially if you lived in the DMV area. It's right around the corner for you guys. So I can only imagine that was a pretty scary moment. I couldn't imagine, though, at that time that we would be in that region for so long after it, and that's the crazy part. It's for me serving, for one thing, it's just there's people who were over there who weren't even born when it happened, and that's a crazy thing to think about now. You have people who are legal, going almost drinking age now, who are just not born when it happened. It's something that they're learning in school as something that happened in history, and we actually watched it. And so much of our lives changed because of it.
We old.
We're not old. Don't you say that. Don't you say that. We not old. But no, I was just thinking about I don't know if y'all remember, at the airport, you could actually walk through and go with somebody to their gate back in the day.
It would be
And you can.
Oh my gosh.
I remember
That's
being,
crazy to think about how like culture changes that way and it has never gone back. Like we're never going back to like the days of doing that again.
I mean, how can you? I'm like,
Yeah, it's
how
true.
can you go back?
Our generation has witnessed the most dramatic change because we literally saw like, did y'all? How much younger are y'all than me? It's like no cell phones, no computers. Like I remember not having a computer at all, and like when I first had a computer, like I remember how crazy it is. And now kids are like, you didn't have a computer?
Yeah.
No.
They don't know
I
what a
remember
regular landline phone looks like.
Yeah. Can
Call
you
me when the minute free, okay? Or call me when my mom says so. I'm thinking of cell phone. Call me after 7 because my mom will be off the phone.
can you imagine what
Mhm.
this would have been like had social media been a thing?
Thank God it wasn't.
Oh, I kind of wish it was fast. Oh,
You kind of wish what?
entertaining mess that would have come out. Because the 90s was so quiet and like so good. Think of all the mess that is coming up now from that time. Oh, the content would have been so good.
That's true.
It would have been so bad.
I
would
probably
all-
would never get a job had social media been available back then.
Exactly. I don't think some of us would have been born had social media been around back then. But I'm gonna keep that to myself. I think some marriages survived because social media was not a thing. But that's a comment for another show, and that's gonna lead us into our next topic, the first topic of the night. We're gonna talk about my favorite dusty grape, the state of Texas. I gave them the first Dusty Grape Award. And it was actually Shannon who recommended us to have a Dusty Grape Award. So, so yeah, she gave us the Dusty Grape Award, and the governor of Texas got it because he's out here just making life hard for women on purpose. And it makes no sense that for someone who has children that he doesn't know anything about how a woman's body works or how, what they might need in life. And so what I think is most important is, as a man, for me, like, men, we got to know when to shut up and learn when it's our turn to talk and when we need to be making laws or what's not. So with this subject, I'm going to turn it over to Janelle, and I'm going to let the ladies talk because this affects them. It does not affect me. And even though I believe men should be the ones on birth control and all that, it's just not the reality right now. So take it away, Janelle.
I'm actually going to give my opinion last. I want Erica to go first.
Okay. Go ahead, Erica.
So, Shannon and I were talking about this earlier. Like, I think that when we talk about the morality problem of this law, like, I feel like we can go in circles with it a little bit. Like, I feel like the one side's always going to argue.
That was it. We're not a Christian country. We're a Democrat. For real.
I like that. Because so many times we forget that we are not. We're not a democratic country. We were literally founded on the opposite of that. I mean, we're not a Christian country. We're founded on the opposite of that with religious freedom and whatnot. But yet we tend to, stomp, Bible this and Bible that. And that's not what this was about. So, Shannon, how do you feel about it?
I feel like a lot of people are pro-birth and not pro-life. They're not out here adopting these kids. Lord forbid you can't afford the kids and you need to get on assistance. They don't want to support those programs. They don't want to support birth control. And to me, until birth control and condoms and whatever else is 100% and not, that means that it's not just people being irresponsible. It's realistically things happen, and especially 6 weeks is, I mean, you.
Oh, she froze.
She froze up a little bit.
She made a good point, though. She mentioned about, like, this is the same side of the country, the people that are voting this way, that, go ahead, Shannon,
she's back. She's back. Go ahead. Finish up. You broke out a little bit. Go ahead.
Dang. Okay, Verizon, better go ahead and front me my money. Okay, so where did it pull out?
You said that
That 6
They
weeks.
don't want to support the systems that help with assistance.
Oh yeah, they don't want to pay for. They don't want programs to fund birth control. And then realistically, until birth control and the rest of these different forms of protection is 100%. It's not just people being irresponsible. Sometimes things happen, and especially at 6 weeks, you only 2 weeks past knowing that something didn't happen and that you're probably pregnant. So that's, to me, not enough time to figure out what's going on. Additionally, people make this argument that, okay, it's a baby, it's a human, this and that, but a baby cannot survive outside of a mother's womb at 6 weeks. So it's the mother's choice as well. I mean, a baby can't even survive. It only has a 50% chance, even at 20 weeks. So realistically, I think it's a bit extreme to tell someone what to do with their bodies, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think a really good point you're making about that, or one of the point that stood out to me was the whole access. Like, these are the same people who vote for Obamacare, not including birth control, but then they don't want people to have abortions. So it's like, which one is it? Are you going to help people prevent getting pregnant? Are we going to make birth control more accessible, or not? Are we how do we solve the problem?
So, Janelle, how do we solve the problem? Or, I mean, just tell us how you feel, what you feel the problem is, because I know you got something to say. So go on ahead and say.
First of all, I'm going to say every single person of color needs to move up out of Texas immediately. Everything that is happening in Texas right now is so that it becomes a Republican, very whitewashed state. And I think that they are very loud and open with what they want, because even outside of the abortion laws, like, the things that they're putting in place will specifically negatively impact people of color, especially Black people. So if y'all think about moving to Texas, or if you have a chance to get on up out. Don't even try to fight and storm the streets. Just stop wasting your time staying in places like this. Like, it's dangerous. It's different than having a seat at the table. As far as the abortion situation goes, I just come to the conclusion that it's not even just about men needing to shut up, because there are a ton of women that supported putting these men in these positions, which is really insane. Like, it's just wild that you even think that this is rational. But I just think that either y'all are having horrific sex, y'all have children that you never wanted and it's too late, or y'all are literally insane and need to be locked up, because there's no solution to this, because there's no common sense to it. On one end, you don't want me to prevent myself from having a child. On the other end, if I went into court today and said such and such raped me, it would take y'all 55 years to come to the conclusion of whether they raped me or not. None of it makes sense. When it comes to women's bodies, this nation is so far gone. I don't think that we'll see a solution in our lifetime. I really, really don't. I do not understand the obsession with women's bodies, but I still feel that it goes back to this being specifically an attack on Black women. I have dealt with the health industry. Y'all know I told my story. I've had numerous pregnancies where I was horrifically failed by the health industry in my face. They do not care about us at all in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And I think they want to make sure that we know that they don't care about us and they want us to in these horrific positions. And it's just time for us to make the decision to move on.
I think
what's crazy is that, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think to go back to one of your points about them trying to make it more of a Republican haven, I will say that the 2020 election was really close in Texas, closer than they wanted it to be. And I think that's driving some of it. You have areas like San Antonio, Houston that are minority. They're huge. They're in the top 10 biggest cities in the country. And they are predominantly people of color. You have Latinos and African Americans. And Dallas is pushing the same way. So I think that's one of the things. But what troubles me about this is it's like, especially for Black women, and when you just look at it, that doctors don't believe Black women when they're in pain in the hospital, when they're delivering, like all these things, and y'all just continue to try to make it harder. I just can't I can't get it. But looking at some of the comments, we just want to say acknowledge the people. We got people listening from Orlando, from Charlotte, North Carolina. We got people from DC. So we got a pretty good another Charlotte. Yeah, so we got a good spread today. And you listening from your hotel room? Now I know who you are, and I ain't gonna mess with you no more. All right. Go ahead. Sorry, I cut you off there, Erica. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, because mentioned people need to move out of Texas. What's crazy is that like Texas is like one of the highest, like has like the highest migrations. Like people are always.
I thought about wanting to go there. Like apparently, like living there is amazing, but I'm just like everything that they say coming from Texas is like Black people don't. Like,
yeah, the thing is, there like the business climate there is really good. So like people like can start a business easily there. They don't have taxes on your income. Like tech there's a huge tech hub there. So it's like I feel like he's pandering to like maybe because a lot of progressives are moving into the area from bigger cities. Like for Silicon Valley, people are moving into the South for lower income, for lower taxes for property and for the income. I think that like maybe he's pandering to the like existing like conservatives, you know. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
My family is from Texas, so it's a cheap state to live in, and you get a lot of bang for your buck in Texas. You got a lot of military retirees down there. It's an easy place to live. Your money stretches long. You try to buy a house in DC, you're gonna get 2 inches of backyard, and you're gonna pay $1 million for it. You go down there with $300,000, you're gonna get a good sized house with a good yard and some shade. Like, so it's a good
more development that comes in the area, in the cities there.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a comment. Real estate is booming. We got people from Atlanta. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming by. But yeah, I feel like Texas is they're just trying to save themselves or save what the image of themselves that they want.
One more point about this, I wonder how many abortions he's paid for, the governor, because all these politicians, all these white men are making these laws. You know, there's a scandal somewhere in their history. So how many abortions have they paid for? Black women and white women. Oh.
Let me read this meme real quick because I want Shannon to respond to it. It's been floating around and it keeps floating around. And this is, y'all know from when I share things in the show, this does not mean I necessarily agree with them. So y'all can stop putting all the hate in the comments. I'm just bringing things up on the show. So the meme is a boy and a girl. The girl gets pregnant. The boy says, "Oh my God, I'm about to be a daddy." And she's like, "Oh, I'm not ready for this." And he's crying outside of Planned Parenthood. And she's like, "I'm not ready." So she gets an abortion. And then on the other side of this equation is the girl saying she's pregnant and the guy saying he's not ready to be a father. And she decides to have the baby anyway, and he leaves. So what is the difference in that situation? That a woman gets to choose and a man doesn't. Go, Shannon.
I mean, because she don't get to quit. I mean, she got to carry this baby. It's going to alter her body. Like, you got a lot of single mothers out here. I mean, that's a real thing. So realistically, you got way more single mothers than single fathers. So
do you think a guy should have any kind of say in it, any kind of choice if you're in a relationship with them?
If that's your husband, I feel like that should be, a joint decision. But
okay, but the baby's still 50% his.
Well, he might have should have asked me before he went.
I like it. I'm gonna come to the rest of y'all on it, but let me read a comment. They say those things and push those agendas to scare black people away so it can stay Republican. The other comment is this country doesn't want us anywhere. Too bad for the Anglo-Saxons. We here. Victoria says, "Hello, don't play with fire if you don't want to smoke." They coming in. Y'all coming in with the comments. The woman has to have the baby at any time. He can bail. That's true. Erica, same question. I'll pose the same question to you.
So the problem with the meme is, okay, the top meme of her saying that she wants to have the woman choosing an abortion. Like, I do think that they're like before the baby is born, and if someone and the couple trying to decide whether or not they should have an abortion or not. I think that's a conversation that's okay to have. Because once the baby is born, like both of you have to be parents. But once the baby's already here, a father bailing on his child shows his character. Like, how do you have a child living and breathing and you don't know how they're sleeping and eating? Like that's why the meme is trash, because it's just not equivalent. A child not being born versus a child being born, like it's not equivalent. The argument's done once the child is here. You gotta take care of it.
Okay. Let me read this comment. Don't shoot up the club if you can't take the charges.
Period. Period.
All right. We'll take that. We'll take that, Victoria. We'll take that. Janelle. Hold on. Here's another comment. Nah, if a man is actively involved in the child's life and they are not married, the man still has a say on how the child is raised. But we're not talking about how the child is raised. We're talking about having a say in if the child is born or not. That's what we're talking about. Do you believe, I should call your name out, but I'm not going to. Do you believe that a man should have a say in the abortion choice? Go ahead, Janelle.
So if y'all have like a healthy, loving relationship, of course. But we keep saying child, and like at what point in the pregnancy are we talking about? Because 6 weeks, it's juice. It is not a child. It's literally spit. Like to be honest. Like I really, and that's where people mess up. Like in a court of law, you can, if you say child, that opens the door to a lot of issues.
That's
like,
true.
If about it's around 6-8 weeks, and she says like, I don't want to have this baby. He says, but I want you to. Boo boo. Unless there's a way that you can get this spit out of me, put it inside of you, and carry it. The thing is that like. I understand that there should be a conversation and things like that, but if ultimately she doesn't want to be a mom, stop making women be moms when they don't want to. We are traumatizing children. We are traumatizing women by trying to force them to be in positions they don't want to. And I understand that there are men that want to be fathers, but go find a woman that wants to be a mom. It just ain't gonna work out. That's it.
I agree. I just think I think the conversation is not inappropriate though to have with a partner. I don't think it's inappropriate to talk about whether or not. But I think the ultimate decision is hers, but I don't think it's wrong for the guy to pose the question.
Absolutely. Absolutely, he should. But it's just like, if you're talking about 6 weeks, like, you don't even, like,
I feel like that's why it's so important to have these conversations before you enter a committed relationship in the first place.
Period.
If we should run into this.
Having sex is a committed relationship, so.
If we should run into this issue, how will we handle it? And right there, if they don't handle it the way you want to handle it, that's probably a sign you don't need to be with that person. Let me read a comment. Some men are great fathers. I think we have some say. Fertilization doesn't happen without the man. Not in total disagreement, but this cannot be an absolute situation. And that's why I said you need to talk before you sleep with her, because especially if you're sleeping unprotected. I mean, this is how this happens. Shannon, what you having that conversation? Say you with somebody and they do change their mind. Like you had this conversation before you got in a relationship with them, and then you come up, you come up pregnant. You don't want to have the kid. He says, "Well, I want the kid." I mean, what do you say to that guy? Like, is that just that?
I'm sorry, but I mean, I think that, if you're in a serious relationship, like a conversation will be had, and that person should be, even if you talk about why you feel the way you feel, I think that they should be understanding of why you don't want this child. But I don't think anybody should be having kids with somebody who don't want a kid. Like you said, like that's how trauma happened. That's how you end up with these men end up with these mommy issues because their mamas didn't love them. So we're not, so don't do that. Just have kids with people who want to have kids. There's so many people out who want children. So just, keep it healthy.
Trevor's made his appearance. He's alive, everybody. He is alive. Y'all have y'all proof of life video for the week. He's not dead yet.
Right.
There he is. Let me read this comment from Queen. Hey, Queen.
Yes, Queen.
Doesn't mean the relationship has to end, but right now she isn't ready. Just like some people are ready to get married, doesn't mean she or he won't be ready at some point. But right now, let's continue to grow in our own way. If the relationship is a loving one, agreed. Yes, of course, it's his. This is I should call your name out right now.
Do it.
What's up, Darnell? Glad you're watching. Yes, of course, it's his seed as well. She should at least take it under consideration. The ultimate decision is hers. I understand it's her body, but if the man is begging for your counsel, then at least hear him pour his soul out. Queen says hi, guys. Hey, Queen. Janelle, you got a face. Go ahead.
It just baffles me when men think they can say that, and y'all have no idea of what it's like to be pregnant. I mean, before I got pregnant,
Lil
I
Nas
had
X
no
does.
idea.
He does.
Stop.
I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. I should not have done that.
No, I gave you an alley-oop. That was a good throw.
Unique said, I see Trevor wearing black again. Oh, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. We all wearing black today. We all wearing black today. You ain't right, Unique. You are not right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I cut you off, Janelle. I cut you off. My bad. Go ahead.
But no, it's just like, why would you sit and beg someone to have a child? Y'all act like it just poop comes out like a week later. This is 9, sometimes 10 months of sometimes horrific agony. Like, forget what this y'all see on TV. Like, pregnancy is beautiful and a blessing. My baby is everything. But man, it's hell. It's literal hell. And it is
And
a
your life
very
is in literal
hard
risk.
Yeah, literally, like, you or the child can die. And we are a testimony that we've lost a child. Like, if you know ahead of time that you can prevent something, prevent it. If the woman doesn't want it, because not everyone has the mom gene, just y'all gonna have to figure it out. But don't make her do it. Like, it's insane to try to do that.
I'm sorry.
And I always say, if you want to do that, go do that test where they make the guy get the contractions.
Yeah, I've done that. It's I was rolling over. I was trying to be a G about it. Then I got tased. I don't know which one is worse, but that was yeah. You didn't see the video of me getting tased?
I did. I just wasn't. I forgot.
Yeah. I had to go to church after that. I said some things I shouldn't have said. But Darnell says I ain't scared. Where's Boosie? Don't do that.
Oh my God.
Hey Toya. Hey, welcome back. Charlotte. Hey. To include after the baby is born, postpartum is real. There you go. There you go. And there, as a guy, there's so much we'll never understand. We won't understand the emotions, the fear, and everything that women go through. So that's why I said it's best that men just shut up sometimes and just get out the way. Let women make laws about women. Like, it was a few years ago. It was like a Senate panel on women's health, and all the doctors up there were men. And I was just like, this don't even make sense. Like, how is it a panel on women's health and there's no women doctors that can do this? So I think that was crazy. But any closing arguments on this before we move to the next subject?
Under his eye.
His Lord open.
Praise be.
Praise be.
That's crazy. Okay.
That was perfect, Shay.
Perfect.
That was.
Perfect. Nicely thrown in. Nicely thrown in. Anybody else? Anybody else?
Ooh.
All right. We're going to move on to the next subject. The next subject, we're going to be talking about something that's become very prevalent, especially in the Black community. Zodiacs and crystals and things of that nature. This is where you guys in the comments can come talk to us and tell us what you think. But do you really believe people are governed by the sign that they're born under? And also, do you believe in like crystals and different rocks and things like that? Because I ain't gonna lie, I was dating a girl one time and she had so many rocks in her house. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, I couldn't walk nowhere. I was knocking them off the window sills and the coffee table. I stepped on a few. My feet were hurt. Like, it was like Legos. You know, you ever stepped on Legos? Like, that's what it felt like being in her house. Like, I knocked one of the rocks off and she was like, I need to do some cleaning thing because you've messed up its aura. And I was like, I need to go home. I just need to go home because something's going to happen to me in this house. So just wondering what y'all think. Do y'all believe that, Geminis are really two different people and all that? Like, just tell me what y'all think. We're going to start with Shannon.
Yeah,
do
can
you
y'all
really
start
believe
with me because you started off with a personal attack on Gemini. So
My dad was a Gemini, so
come
go
into the room here. We are not two-faced. We are chameleons. We adapt to everybody. Okay, we get along with everybody, and everybody loves us. So I mean, what more to say?
Everybody put your signs in here. Put your signs in the comment section. I want to see what everybody is. I don't be knowing the signs like I'm supposed to either. Queen, what is that?
But
What is that?
I really am into zodiacs. I mean, I'm not religious about it. I don't have any rocks or stones or anything, but I do believe it because I've met plenty of people who don't know each other and their personalities or their isms are so similar that it's weird. And I'm like, and it's not general because I mean, my best friend's a Pisces and she is nothing like me. She is polar opposite. She's all the feelings, all the emotions, and none of that. The word feelings makes me, so I mean, I don't know. I've just met plenty of people that confirmed some things for me.
Okay. Erica, do you believe in it, or do you think that it's just, something to talk about?
So I don't take like huge consideration like when I think about like the relationships I have or like the moves I make. I don't like rely on zodiac signs, but I don't knock it. Like there have been some really like significant coincidences with like the Cancers, the Geminis. I'm sorry, Shannon, but I know in my life like they really do align with what they say. Like the personality should be like my sister's a Cancer and she's the biggest crybaby. She's I don't know, not just my sister. Like every Cancer, what do you say?
She's not in herself.
she knows it though. She embraced the fact that she's a bit of a crybaby. But all the Cancers are. I have several friends that are Cancers as well. They're all crybabies as well. Go ahead.
Hey Erica, can I get you to respond to something from the last subject that I'm just seeing on another feed? For some reason, it's not popping up, but I want you to respond to this. Devil's advocate here. A woman should have a choice. Why are there so many rules that are designed against men? Child support until 18 years, alimony, etc. Why can't equal rights be imposed? The women are sometimes hell itself. I just want to put that out there because I didn't want to disrespect people who are putting in comments. Sometimes I don't get them all in one stream for some reason. So I just want to make sure I'm honoring everybody's thing. But we're going to get back on track to the Zodiac thing after Erica talks to that.
I mean, it's not equivalent. Child support, well, never mind. I guess it is the same topic, I guess. Like Janelle was just saying, we literally put our bodies at risk when we're pregnant. So, like, it has to be a woman's choice there. Like, it has to, like, I think that men should be taken consideration, but women should have the final choice because our lives are at risk. Now, when it comes to child support and alimony, all those other things, like, that's just numbers again. Like, if you're not living in the household with your child, you need to contribute a certain amount. And I'm not going to rely on your emotions. Like, if you feel like giving me money this week and not that week, like, that doesn't pay the bills. Like, the courts do the calculation. Now, whether those calculations are fair or not is for debate. Like, we can make them more fair, but you need to contribute a certain amount of money to your child's well-being. So I know guys get really like big eyed shape about that, but stay with your child's mother. Try to have a child with someone that you want to build a life with. So
all right, that's good. We killed that. All right, back. I know Janelle, but we got to get back on track. I know what you were saying, and I don't need you to crucify nobody tonight. We're gonna have a good show now. Good show. All right, so let's get back on track. So we got some comments about Cancers are all crybabies. And then we got somebody that says that no, we just in tune with our emotions. I feel like Cancers are the people that listen and cry when Drake be singing on his albums. They be the ones crying and singing along with Drake. Like that's what I think about when I think about Cancers.
They're so emotional.
They say I don't have feelings, but I just feel like something is.
That's them.
Oh, we got a good comment. Is it Lula? Am I saying that right? Lula. Okay, Lula. I feel like I know a little bit about you once I know your zodiac sign. I don't dig deep into it, but I believe it. Yeah. Janelle, we were coming to you about belief in zodiacs, right? So do you believe in it? Do you think it's a real thing, or do you just be like, nah?
Yes.
Huh?
I think you, Janelle.
What?
You asking Janelle?
Yeah, I'm asking Janelle. Yeah, Janelle.
Oh,
I thought I said Janelle.
Didn't in them until I met this Gemini.
Oh,
I did not care. Like I would read the little ones on Twitter and stuff like, oh, that's cute. I'm a Libra, yeah, blah blah. But until I met this man, my lovely husband, who I love so much, who introduced himself and told me ahead of time.
I was gonna say I wouldn't let it be known. She signed up for it.
He said he was like, I'm a Gemini.
First thing on my mind, I said,
it's a warning.
You signed up. I don't want to hear anything
But
else about it years down the road.
We argued about this on the way back from the beach. I was like, I was not well versed in this. And his mother kept saying them Geminis. And finally I Googled. And here we are.
Did he do it like he was singing the song Float On? Did you do it like that?
I think that tendencies are real because she's a Libra, and if there's a plate on the counter, she's flipping. If there's a sock on the floor, she's flipping. If there's a fork in the sink, she's flipping.
Stop covering his face up, Janelle.
But you will always come to a clean house. Come visit me anytime.
Wait, what sign are you? What's your sign?
I'm a Libra.
Libra, okay.
So isn't that like that's balance, right? All about balance and whatnot. I think.
Yeah.
Cancers are definitely super emotional. Erica, I could never date a Cancer man, and Darnell said, "Damn right." So yeah, I mean, I as for me,
Gemini men are crazy. I like to add that.
what'd you say?
Gemini men are they're a little different from the women. I just have to add.
I don't know Gemini women actually. I only know Gemini men.
I have to add that piece in there that they're a little, they're a little different.
But our signs are very compatible though. Libra and Gemini, I found out too. I was like, oh, we mesh. We do really well though. We do work very well.
That's because y'all about balance, and you get 2 husbands in one, so that's great. Victoria says, I have mixed feelings. I sometimes wonder if we subconsciously condition ourselves to be what we've heard about our signs from a young age. Queen says, I keep crystals in my house in case I need to throw one at a mother. They come in handy more than once. More than one use. Victoria said, that being said, I'm a Taurus and I can admit that I'm stubborn. My view on it is I feel like if you read enough about something, you'll find something that fits you. I feel like I've read zodiacs where the same thing they've said about me as a Sagittarius, I've seen it in a Taurus's thing. And I guess they can all share like qualities and whatnot. But I also feel like it's a way for people not to work on their character flaws. And that bothers me. I've seen a lot of people be like, I'm just a Cancer. No, you just a piece of crap. Like that's what you are as a person. Like if you want to be that person, be that. Just say you just crap. Like don't try to pin it on some spatial whatever to not admit that you have character flaws. Like just because you are a Libra doesn't mean like you got to flip on your husband because he got a sock on the floor. Like you can change those things. I'm working for you, Trevor. I'm working for you. But yeah, I just
exaggerated. He's kind of sort of right.
But as for the crystals and whatnot, I just feel like I feel like first of all, I did a lot of research into that for a paper I wrote and found out a lot of those rocks for everybody out there who does believe in it. I'm not knocking you. Buy all the crystals you want, but please find out where they are sourced from, because I found out a lot of them were coming from a mine in the Congo, where kid slaves were mining them and selling them, and they were getting shipped to the United States, and people are making a profit off of them, and those kids aren't. So just know that some of these gems that y'all getting might not be what you think they are. So please find out your sources of where you're getting stuff. I'll say that. But another thing is you just taking up the house with rocks. Like plants I can do, but don't be putting rocks everywhere. Just come. I got Jesus and that's enough for me. Like I don't need all these rocks and whatnot. But that's just me. Y'all can have what you want. Charlotte says, I'm a Gemini and I don't act like what people say about Geminis. You're lying. Yes, you do. I know you too. Don't do that. You're lying. You're just lying. But Trevor, did you so were you big into like the zodiacs when you met her, and is that why you introduced yourself as such? Like, cause that song Float On, he's like, my name Larry, and I'm like, you just introduce yourself like that?
Right. That's like a waiver. Just let them know up front. Like, I let them know what it was, but I think really, I don't know why I knew so much about zodiac, but I'm assuming it's because I'm a Black family. But I already just knew about different. I don't know. I just knew about
your mom does
Gemini, Sagittarius. Yeah, maybe my mom just planted it in my head, but yeah, I think it was just something with my upbringing. I already knew about it. I already knew what it was.
So Erica, you said that you don't put too much stock in it because you're Christian, but do you?
Well, that's because I'm Christian, just because.
Oh, okay.
I don't know much about. Go ahead.
Oh, but do you ever look at it when like it comes to like dating or whatnot? Do you ever like, oh, I wonder what his sign is? Because I hear that a lot. A girl will see a guy that looks good, and you being a Clement, oh, I wonder what his sign is. Like, what?
So I haven't done it like before I dated them, or like made it like a qualification thing or whatever. But I have noticed every guy I've dated since my like long-term relationship they all been Virgos. They've all kind of acted alike. So I'm noticing a trend, but I don't necessarily like say, you're a Virgo, so I'm not going to date you, or I'm going to date you because you're a Virgo. So I don't know. That's what I mean by I don't put too much stake in it. Like, and once I find out, like, it's like, oh, maybe I should read and see like what other things that match with his personality. But that's it. Just for fun, really. Okay.
Shannon, do you wonder about people's sign when you trying to get with them? Is that a thing where like you take that into consideration, or like, oh, this probably not
even just being friends? I mean, I usually let them, we'll talk or whatever because I love to talk. But then at some point, I'm like, I can see certain mannerisms, and I'm like, yeah, I know if you're a Virgo, they go into the lab, they think about a lot of things, they overthink. I mean, they stay up all night overthinking. I mean, very meticulous people. But it's certain things that you just pick up on, and you're like, I know that these are going to be. If I met a Pisces, I don't care what you got going on. There's going to be a really heavy sentimental part of you, a very emotional side of you that I have to figure out if I'm willing to take on, because I'm not really that.
Okay.
I already have a best friend that's super sensitive, and she just takes it all. So, I have to divvy out the feelings
No more
category.
space for that.
Is she here today? Is she here today? Do you want to do you want to say names? Hey. She said
That's what.
so Queen says if you ever met a Scorpio, you would believe in a little something about zodiacs. So why do Scorpios get such a bad rap? Scorpios get a terrible rap. Like what is it? Like I'm like with you, Erica. I don't know much about it. So why do Scorpios get a bad rap? Somebody tell me in the comments why Scorpios get a bad rap. I know Sagittarius is like the best. They compatible with everybody. So I just know we just good. We good all the time.
Oh, the crack! Come on.
It's
stop.
the truth. Everything I read today says Sagittarius are the most compatible with other signs.
Yeah, but y'all don't like to settle down. So y'all can be compatible with everybody if you want to.
We for everybody. We for the streets.
Y'all are the
For
picture.
the street sign.
We for the streets. I guess that's
Yeah,
all. Yeah.
To be fair, the only thing I've heard about Scorpio men is that they be for the streets. But outside of that,
Isn't Drake a Scorpio? No, he's not a Scorpio. No, he is an October Scorpio, isn't he?
Drake is.
Yeah. I think so.
Especially side two.
There you go. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna try to get it right. Lula.
Get it right.
Yay! She says, "LOL. Every Sag I know are really good people." Yes. That is the truth. We are good people. We true to everybody. We got a wow from Shannon. Future is a Scorpio.
I like them. I'm a huge.
See, I heard. What is that?
I'm a huge Future fan. Not of him as a person.
No, you're
As
not.
a rapper, I am.
We'll talk about that with the CLB Donda thing. I think we're gonna talk about a little bit about your love for Future. All right. So any
I
last?
heard that Scorpios were good, like intimately. So it makes sense that Future's a Scorpio. He has all these kids, so that matches well.
Is Nick Cannon a Scorpio?
Right. He was.
You know, he's supposed to have more.
Yeah.
Cannon automatically reassigned.
You said what?
What'd you say?
Nick Cannon just reassigned to a Scorpio. Don't matter what.
Right.
Doesn't matter what he is. He's been drafted by Team Scorpio. Yep. Yeah, for the street. I'm not for the streets, Charlotte. I'm not for the streets. I promise you, I'm not. I will settle down. Okay, cool. Anybody got any last shots for that before we move on to the fun topic of the night? And everybody can type in the comments. I hope we ain't got no couples on here, but everybody can type in the comments. So we're gonna talk about when we found out our significant other was cheating on us. We can look back now at some of these situations and kind of laugh at them. Maybe.
Can we?
Maybe.
I'll be laughing.
Okay, maybe. I don't know. I'm just trying to look. I think it's fun. We're gonna talk about situations where we found out our significant other was cheating. Feel free to put them in the comments, and I'll read them off, and we'll talk about yours and see if you acted right or whatnot. Let's see. Who do we want to start with? Trevor, has it happened to you?
But I believe people. Like, I don't really have a whole strong attachment. It's just kind of like, oh, you did this, bang, period. So for me, it's not like a long drawn out, oh, I'm gonna put your business out, or we're gonna argue about it. It's like,
But how did you find out?
to the left.
The story.
We were arguing.
Go on.
We were arguing, and she said, you wouldn't stay with me if you found out that I cheated. And I said, you're right.
You're right. Goodbye.
You're right. We got some comment.
We go back and forth. You did it, okay, deuce.
We got some comments. Charlotte says, and do, so we can talk about it. Is it Daphne?
Yes.
Okay, I can't really see it for some reason.
She said, still ain't funny
She
to
said,
me.
still ain't funny to me.
It's not.
And Vanessa said, he hell.
Right.
So right.
Exactly.
Is Vanessa your sister?
Yes.
Yeah, I got the same smile. That's crazy. So Erica, let's go to you because you were adamant that there was nothing funny about it anymore. So go ahead.
Well, can I go second? 'Cause I'm still trying to condense the story in my head. I don't want to have to with you guys. I don't want to blow up. So just do me second.
Okay, Shannon, go ahead.
I would say I take his approach first, being like, okay, if that's what you want to do, then goodbye. So it don't be a long drawn out situation. But I would say that the situation in which I was cheated on was notable was just, I don't know. I think I was more insulted by the fact that the person thought that I wouldn't know better. Like, it's like, yeah, you're cheating, but the fact that you didn't think that I would, even if I'm asking you certain things, like what in your brain don't make you think that I'm asking you this because I didn't put two and two together. So I would say the commonality in that part is I don't like being lied to. The cheating part, I could figure that part out, but the being lied to and the person thinking that I'm dumb, that's the trigger.
So if he didn't think you were dumb and he was like, Shannon, look, I made a mistake. And, I went out here, I did some wrong, but I love you and I'm going to make this right and everything. What you going to say? It's just deuces on the first go? Would you ever give a second chance? Or?
Oof, I don't know. I don't know, but it's very strong possibility that you're a bro now. I don't know. I can't say I would never forgive somebody.
If he looked like Michael B. Jordan.
It don't matter.
That don't mean you gotta be with him now. You could still be smashing him.
I knew it was coming. Shut up, Charlotte. You know what that voice is. That's the voice of when you're trying to reason and get out of trouble. That's the voice. Janelle.
You really want me to answer this?
Well, let me read this comment. I'm gonna let you get your thought together. Let me read this comment. Atoya says, I am not at the point in my walk with Jesus where I could let cheating go gracefully. Thank very much, Monica kicked down your door.
Smack your chick.
Right.
Ooh, Queen, do elaborate for me. Elaborate. Cheating can also fix a lot of relationships as well. Ooh.
She's right. That's true.
Elaborate on that for me. What y'all mean fix? Somebody tell me, Janelle. You said she right.
Oh, it can be an answer. Like if you're going back and forth trying to figure out this works and the other person basically walks away, they open the door. So just going out of it.
Yeah, or it can show that you have, depending on what kind of cheating it was, it can show like where it can expose your problems in a relationship. If it was emotional cheating,
but I think she's saying something
honest
different
about it. What is that?
I think she's saying something different. She just said people get comfortable and stop doing what they used to do. So she's saying,
oh, that's different. That's you just straight up cheating. It's a no for me.
she said it's fixing it as in she getting what she needs.
You better step your game up. You better step your game up.
Oh, trying to say that like you feel unfulfilled, so you go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't talk.
Or you're not doing what you used to do. But even if you're not doing what you used to do, that's when the conversation happens. It should. If you start cheating, because I'm not, that means at any point if I fall off, then you for the streets. And if you for the streets, you not for me. So
if you're dating for marriage, like this is not your person. If you fall off, they hurt you instead of make you fall off more. Like that's he's not for you or she's not for you.
Darnell asked, does everyone believe in second chances?
I do. It was like again, like Shannon was saying about like don't lie to me. Like don't let me question my reality. Like if it comes to me truthfully, we have a better chance than if you lied to me of working it out.
Chanel,
enough for you.
Janelle, fix your face. She just did it the whole time.
I'm gonna be honest. Like Trevor says that he can forgive that. I don't know. Maybe because I like am so vivid. It also, I guess, depends on the type of cheating. Like
Yeah,
if he's like
type.
emotionally talking to someone because like he can't talk to me or something like that, and it should be a conversation that we're having when he's listening or someone, okay, maybe we can get past that. But if you literally lay down with somebody, like we have a child, we made a life together, and I just feel like I don't know if I could, I don't know. I'd probably make your life a living hell to the point where you want to leave me anyway. So why are we even doing this? Like, I gotta be honest. I don't know. But at the same time, like, I love you so much. I feel like I would probably end up being like, we got to figure this out. But right now, I just be angry.
All right,
I heard that. I mean, y'all can let me know if this is true or not. But I heard that a lot of women don't want to deal with the public embarrassment. Else knows, as opposed to, hey, you came straight forward to me and told me this. You didn't lie about it. You just told me it is what it was, what exactly happened. Let's keep this behind closed doors. Let's keep this under lock and key, and we can work through this. Because I heard the public embarrassment is what people are really afraid of with situations like that.
Yeah, but our situation wouldn't be no public embarrassment.
I wasn't publicly embarrassed.
Right.
But I don't think that's any different from when girls be going back to their girlfriends. Like, he did this, he did that, and then the girls hear all that. Then the next week they with them on Facebook, like, oh, my man, I love my man, and you just look stupid to your friends anyway. So I don't see there's any different. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, but I'm gonna read these comments real quick. No,
you can go on.
No, I'm not digging that hole because you was looking at me funny. So I'm gonna leave that where it was.
I agree with you. I was gonna say something to piggyback off.
Oh well, I just think if you can take that public embarrassment, you should be able to take the other public embarrassment. Like if you want to
not public to see your network.
Yeah, why would it have to be public?
Well, I think Trevor's saying if it was to be something that other people found out, you don't want to look stupid for staying with the person because it'll be embarrassing to you because people will know she's still with him. Yeah. So let me read this comment real quick. Queen says that could be anything: dating, love, intimacy, or lack of communication. So that was to clarify her last statement. Vanessa says it can be a way to establish more effective and open communication. Since you have hit rock bottom, that's a great time to just be completely open because what do you have to lose? I guess. Francisco says the streets are calling their name. Yep. Queen says forgiveness is key to a flourishing relationship. People are human and each situation is different. Ooh. Queen, you talking some different stuff that most people, I don't know, Queen. I don't know. Unique said he lent me his MacBook for a work trip and didn't realize his iPhone was still linked to the MacBook. So I saw all the incoming and outgoing messages, and the rest is history. That's crazy.
I thought you wanted us to tell stories.
Oh, yeah, we telling stories. Yeah, I'm reading these stories too. But Janelle, tell your story because you haven't told yours.
I have to find just one. There was so many, and I'm really more so.
Why you get cheated on like that, Janelle? What's going on?
You tell me.
I don't know.
I think the one that really did it was when he attempted to cheat on me with someone I was working with. Like literally, we were together numerous times throughout the week. In more ways than one. Like I had 2 jobs, and she was an intern at one, and then she ended up working at my other job. And like she didn't know that I knew her, and she didn't know that I was in a relationship with this person. But he like very openly was was cheating, and I was just like, you're so stupid.
And
like
disrespectful though. Somebody you have to like look at and see. That's the problem. That's the bigger problem was when it's someone that you have to interact with, like.
And I think that's different. I think that from the comments, I'm assuming y'all are talking about people that like made a mistake. When I think of cheating, I don't know. And
this is cheating a mistake though?
Who has cheated before.
Is cheating a mistake?
That's what I was going to say. Cheating is not absolutely a choice. It is absolutely positively a choice.
Let me read this comment real quick. Because Darnell brings up a little bit of a point, maybe. He said, or maybe you go cheat and find out it's a horrible thing, and horrible thing and feeling. You then find that home means more to you than you thought. Curiosity is a human emotion that can rarely be beat, and I think that's true. I think sometimes some guys too, and I've talked with guys who said it, they wanted to know if they like, maybe they were having a hard time with the girl they were dating, whatnot. They don't of course, they lack the communication skills because just a simple conversation could probably go a long way. But they wanted to feel valued again, and they just got caught up in somebody valuing them and valuing their conversation and listening to them. And then it progressed, and it got worse, and they didn't get out. But then they felt horrible after it, and then did confess to it, and they were like, it's hard to go back once you make that decision. So I don't know, Janelle, you shaking your head again? You ain't
Don't
none
ever
of it.
be born a woman talk about I'll never feel valued. Like, do you know how hard it is to be a woman and love yourself? Like, I be looking at myself sometimes and be like, oh, do I still look good? Like, I'm not gonna go cheat to find out.
Trevor's in
like,
all
what?
black, so you must still look good. Vanessa says that's coming from a therapist. Me personally, I'm on some Angela Bassett waiting to exhale energy. And I feel you. Toya said he was a messy baby boy, messy at your job. Capri, hey. She said cheating is not a mistake. You wanted to do that shit.
Period.
Oh,
Period.
Okay.
But can't choices be mistakes? Like, you make a choice, but it's a mistake. You realize it's a mistake afterwards. Like, in the moment, it's a choice, but you realize it was a mistake.
Like
That's
Shannon
not a thing.
going with Verizon. It was a mistake. It was a choice and a mistake. Like, things can happen.
So if you're in a committed relationship, like you choose to be in a committed relationship and you go and get in bed with somebody else, you knew. That's like me.
I guess, you know what? I keep thinking of different kinds of cheating, though. I'm not thinking about sex. Like, you have sex with somebody else, that's a lot.
Right.
That's a lot to get there. That's a lot. I'm thinking about dishonesty with another person. Like, there's a bigger umbrella for that. You know, I guess.
I agree with
Well, Shannon, how do you feel about this? Because Toya says cheating once is a possibility of a mistake. Multiple times is a repeated act of choice. Do you think cheating once is a mistake, or do you feel like there's so much that leads up to getting physical like that it's a choice?
That's still a choice. I mean, to me, like, if the mistake didn't, a lot of times, especially when it comes to some type of physical interaction, there's a lot more that led up to that. I mean, even if it was you going to the club and leaving yourself open for that kind of interaction. So at some point you made a choice that was, that you had a second, you had opportunities to say no and to stop, but you just kept going. So to me, it's not even going to be about whether their mistake was whatever. It's more or less like, am I going to be able to truly forgive them and move on or not at that point? Because if you can't really forgive them, then you just might as well quit. There's no point in trying to be like, let's try to work it. No, just let it go.
Trevor, what you got, Trevor?
And one thing about forgiveness is if you choose to forgive, you can't bring that up every other weekend.
Lord.
You gotta move on. You gotta accept that you chose to stay.
That's very true.
You can't use it as ammo in every argument. And remember that time when you was out here doing it? Like, you can't.
Yeah, but you know what? I feel like the process to going from healing to healed is a process. It depends on what kind of relationship you have. Like, of course you shouldn't. People are human. Like, I'm sure that hurt comes up, especially if you're married, you have kids, and you kind of want to leave, but you don't want to leave because that's tying you down. I'm sure there's a whole process to heal. Like, and it might come up again, if you're trying to get to a healed place. But your goal should be to stop bringing it up.
That's why I think, especially in the black community, we need to take that stigma off of counseling and things like that, because I feel like some people will try to work through that on their own and they cannot. Like, you just aren't capable. And like you said, you're human, so sometimes you need that outside source to come in and like kind of coach you into how you do that. Because I know a lot of people who have stayed together and they don't do anything but get in reruns of arguments about the same thing because they can, while she's trying to stay with you and saying that he or she is staying with you and saying that they forgive you, there's no true forgiveness if you continue to have that conversation. It's still a hurt. It's still an open wound, and that salt is just being poured into every day. So I feel like we need to be more inclined to seek relationship counseling and stop going to mama and daddy and telling them everything that's going on, or going to your friends and letting them know, because that's where the embarrassment comes in, because you just end up looking stupid at the end. Let me see. Nignogs, gender neutral here, need to go to oh my gosh, gender neutral here need to go to therapy so they can learn how to communicate their needs, period. Nignogs.
That's a term.
That's a new term. Let's get a shirt. Hashtag Nignogs. Victoria says, I think we're confusing mistake with accident. Can you accidentally have sex?
Accent.
Can you?
Listen,
Did somebody
I think she was-
accidentally slide it in you?
Yeah, I accidentally fell in. Like, I don't. How does that work?
Yeah, please explain. I would really love.
Please explain how you make a mistake. Somebody do that for me.
Because you're drunk. That's not an excuse.
I think she was saying like making the wrong choice can sometimes be a mistake. Not an accident is a mistake. Like you can't make you can't accidentally cheat, but you can mistake it. Like you can cheat make a mistake is what I think she means. You let me know if I'm right. I guess Victoria.
So with if Janelle, I'm just gonna ask you a question. I know Trevor would never do this, but if a woman texted Trevor, they were talking about some business, and and she texted him in the morning about something, and he was like, "Good morning, beautiful," and he put the adjective "beautiful" on the end of that. Would you consider that a form of cheating?
Not a form of cheating, but we need to talk because everyone is ugly to you except for me, sir.
The unattractives, have
right.
returned.
Like,
That's text. That initial text, that is a bit
that's
like
wild.
somebody
Good
trying
morning,
to be bold.
beautiful.
Somebody bold.
Let me read this comment. Charlotte says, "So Michael B. Jordan as my hall pass, is that cheating?"
Nah, we got rid of him, sis. We gonna find somebody else.
Oh, what happened to Michael B. Jordan? He's not cool. You don't like him anymore?
We're
He's
not,
cute.
nobody voted on that. We did not vote on that.
Hold on. Shannon's not agreeing.
You did not get a group, vote on that.
So you're still team Michael B. Jordan?
Listen, I'm team fine.
Is
Okay.
he fine? Is he fine?
Just gotta get that man some
Erica,
credit.
why you said is he fine? Fine. Let me. All right. Well. Okay, Erica. Since you want to say that, Erica, who is your top celebrity that you look at and you just be like, ooh, like that guy?
Chadwick Boseman, I used to love him.
Yeah.
I was in love with Chadwick. And I don't even know if it's because of like just his looks, because he is fine. But I think it's also the characters he played, like made me love him more. And his spirit, how sweet he was. Like Chadwick Boseman, I think what's his face is fine from what's that show called?
She had a list. I said one person.
Snowfall. Oh my bad. Okay, well.
No, I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with you. Go ahead. I'm messing with you. Go ahead.
We all love us some Jameson now.
Y'all know a woman is thinking in her like little world when she look up at the ceiling while she thinking of the
I'm
names.
imagining myself on my future dates with them. Jesse Williams is fine, but we'll stop there because the list goes on and on.
Well, we canceled him too.
Okay, Shannon.
No, why?
Shannon, who's your top? Who's top on your list then, Shannon?
I don't really have a top,
Oh, you don't have a type?
I ain't got a type.
Oh, she don't have a type. Okay.
Shit.
If they fine, they fine, and that's it.
That's it. That's how they was born.
What's fine on your shirt?
I've been hearing about that Jason Momoa dude. I've heard he's been climbing the charts in the women's finest category.
He posted that video with y'all, who I would have chosen, y'all. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about now.
Yes, he's fine. There you go.
Let me read these. Victoria says, I ain't want to say the N-word and jeopardize this platform. I appreciate you. Appreciate that. Charlotte said, let me log off before my phone starts ringing. I mean, it's if she's beautiful. Oh, dang. You keep that to yourself, boy. An accident is an unfortunate incident. A mistake is often determined after the act.
That's a good point.
Christian Keys is all me. Why you have to bring him up?
You said you didn't have nobody.
I didn't want to be specific,
So I have a comment to make about Michael B. Jordan real quick. And I didn't say this, my friend said, she was like, Michael B. Jordan looks like his breath stinks. Ever since
Yes, he does.
What?
It's the way
I can't look at
it's the way his mouth said.
It's the way he talks or something. Like he doesn't.
He got them white
brush
crusties
your
on the
mouth
side.
I think the same thing about LeBron. I think LeBron.
LeBron, yeah, he gives stinky breath vibes.
He gives
too.
stink breath vibes.
Like,
Yeah.
LeBron James has stanky breath
LeBron.
vibes. This is a thing? So y'all look at dudes and be like, they got stanky breath?
You know that's
very important.
You look. Come on.
Yeah.
You can tell. Come on.
Like, I used to think that, I ain't gonna lie, I thought that about Fantasia. I felt like I bet her breath would kind of be a little hot.
Gospel singers probably have hot breath.
all
All
that screaming.
I wouldn't say.
I don't know if it stings. But
Like,
it might be
I
a
felt
little
like it
hot.
would taste like,
But still
it would smell like she
hot
had
thing,
some
we're
like
seeing
fish
it.
earlier in the day or something. Like she had some fish and grits. and she
It was
didn't
just a
brush.
lot of breath.
Yeah.
Can we go back to a comment?
Can
Because
we believe?
I
I'm sorry.
understand why Charlotte said Darnell Jones. Or do you mean the singer? Like Sweetie
No.
did?
No, she doesn't mean the singer. She means somebody that's in the chat right now. No.
Or man.
I gotta look him up. I forgot
Who's
his name.
She
Christian?
had to redeem herself after that celebrity comment.
Let me look this up. Who's Christian? Who's Christian Keys? Who is Christian Keys? Somebody tell me who that is.
Mhm.
Christian. I'm gonna look, Queen. I'm gonna look just for you.
We need to have a
That's
top
who,
five
Queen?
icebreaker last time. Next time.
That Christian.
Hey.
Anyway,
Keys is
Hey,
who?
the way you turned your little mouth up. Who was your
Christian
top?
Keys?
that
Wait,
Yeah, who your top?
top?
Top? God.
I don't care how old she get. Nia Long. Whew.
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna say
Yeah.
that. She's gorgeous.
I'll take her from you, okay?
Yes, I
Nia Long.
Yeah, no.
She's in there.
Nia Long is gorgeous.
Ever since Fresh
Nia
Prince,
Long.
she just and every transformation she has made along the way has just been beautiful. Like it.
Tony
And-
Braxton.
Stay up.
Right there with her.
Okay. Boobs always sit up perfectly.
Is the movie? I'm thinking Love Jones. That's her and Lorenz Tate, right? Where
Yeah.
she's so fine that she treated this dude like crap the whole movie, and he stayed. Like that's how fine she is. Like she's just beautiful. I don't think there's anybody.
of us possess.
Yeah, she's just something else. Darnell said he's about to start holding his lips in. Yeah, to look like some of these dudes. What about that dude on Bridgerton or whatever that show is? Because I heard a lot of people say stuff about him, and he just looked like a regular
not-
dude.
Ugly. Why do y'all think he's attractive? He gives me
Hold on, Shannon moving that shoulder. She giving him a little.
The appeal, though he had the. It was the, it was just
I
the
love
build
it.
up to who his character was.
Yeah. I love a man
Oh.
who's down for his woman, and he was really down for his woman in that show. So
Queen said that's Shannon's man. That's why you were upset about me. Oh, that was your man, Christian Key.
They be your own best friend. They be your own best friend. Wow.
their own people.
But I think with the cheating situation, to get back on track where we were, I think the cheating situation definitely depends on what you have going on in your life and how much you have invested with that person. I think takes weighs a lot into that decision. If you have kids or something, that's a lot. Like to just walk away from. Like, and some people might say that's it. You're just gonna be co-parenting and whatnot. And some people are just like, I want my kid to have a whole family. But I know from experience that two people who ain't happy with each other just make terrible children, and just a lot of trauma for those children when they grow up. So I think do what works best for you. But as for me, my cheating story was it was freshman year of college. And I was doing some activities that made me have to stay out late at night. And I lived in a dorm on Elm Street, and there was a person's house that I was in at the time, one of my friends, his house. And I happened to exit this house at like 2 a.m. and happened to see person who was my significant other walking with another person hand in hand, and they just did not expect me to be up at that time of night. And it's funny, when we caught eyes, they just started speed walking around the corner. It's like at that point you caught, and they just wouldn't answer any messages and anything. So it was just like, dang, you could at least say something. It didn't really hurt me. It was just like, why would you walk in front of my dorm? Like, the odds of you being seen were that much higher, and you still chose to walk there. But that person probably didn't care anyway. So that was my story.
I think cheating in network is so much worse than cheating with a stranger. Like the fact that you can run into the person, the fact that I can run into the person you cheated with, that's the problem.
Oh, I had to see them every day too. That was the great part about it.
Yeah, that's
Why
trash.
would you ever cheat with someone that your significant other knows? Like, what kind of
I wouldn't. This is kind of extreme, but I wouldn't even date after my ex and I broke up. I wouldn't even date anyone within his network or no one that he knows. I wouldn't do that.
No.
Even if I date a guy, if I really like him, we don't have to be boyfriend and girlfriend. I won't date within his network. It's just trash to do.
So Capri says,
and I'm not gonna say trash. I'm not gonna say that 'cause people, whatever. But I don't like doing that.
Capri says, nope, no co-parenting because he gonna be dead and I'm going to be in jail. So it won't be no co-parenting. So I hear you. Don't say just joking. You weren't joking. And Perez says that she did it for the thrill of being caught. That might be a thing. Some people might like that thrill of they might get caught and exposed. I don't know, but it was eye-opening for me. I'll tell you that. So yeah, with that being said, anybody got anything to wrap up on that topic before we move to our last topic of the night?
Don't cheat.
Don't cheat.
Hands. If you cheat, just be ready to throw hands and let me win.
Or just be
Let
honest.
me let you
Honest with
win.
your partner. Don't let them question their reality. Just be truthful.
Have you ever, before we go, have you ever wrongfully like accused someone of cheating?
Nope. And so she's on point.
Oh,
No. Well, actually, yeah, I have accused Trevor before. I'm not gonna lie, because I was really mad.
look at him back there, because he was like,
young in our relationship.
Look at
He
him.
was just acting different.
The story sound different from his side over there. The way he's looking away right now. I don't,
What you can tell? I'm fine.
I don't know if he feels
No,
safe.
Let him be quiet.
he don't
Yeah.
feel safe.
Don't you?
If we don't
For the
call the story out, you can call the story out. I
shot
wasn't
that
gonna say
too?
anything about it. Go ahead.
He didn't think I was gonna tell the truth.
Mhm. Look,
I
he's like,
did.
if I say something, it might mess up my chances of all black, tonight. So, I feel you. But yeah, cool. Nobody else had any wrongful accusations? Nope. All right, moving on to our last topic. So we took a week off for Labor Day, and we had some FBI. Oh, she said Charlotte says FBI. She's accurate. So she don't make those mistakes.
Either sis.
So yeah, so like I was saying, we took Labor Day off so everybody could get a little rest. Trying to do these podcasts, try to get everybody together. It takes a little bit of energy. So we took the week off, wanted y'all to have fun. But during that time, we had some albums drop. We had Kanye drop a little bit before, and then we had with Donda, and we had Drake follow up a few days later with Certified Lover Boy. And we're gonna talk about which album we like better, and maybe you can toss your favorite track in there if you want to. So Shannon, I know you said you had to go back and listen and do a little research today. Which one did you prefer?
I think I preferred Drake over Kanye. And maybe it was because it was so much hype behind Kanye that I had a different expectation. Now, creatively, it was a good project. I liked it, but I mean, if I had to choose between the two, Drake's had a different energy about it.
Okay. Erica, what you got?
So both albums, like, there wasn't enough innovation on either album for me. Like, they were pretty, like, sound like Drake, sound like Kanye. There was nothing new about it. But I did like Kanye more than Drake. But I think it's just a personal preference because I'm not going to say the album was better, but I prefer Drake or Kanye more. Drake's album was very, like, it was good. It was clubby. It was clubby. He did spit on the album, but I just prefer, like, more, like, I prefer, like, the artsy, like, spiritual thing that Kanye does. It's a little demonic sometimes. Like, I still, as far as how I appreciate Kanye's art a little bit more than I do Drake. But also, I'm, like, really delayed. Like, I'm a delayed listener, too. So, like, maybe in 2 months I'll have a different opinion. But right now, it's Kanye.
Okay. Trevor.
Yeah, I feel that Drake had the better album overall, but the production on Kanye's album was way better.
Yes.
And the features that Kanye had, like Fabio Foreign, The Baby on Jail 2, The Baby went crazy.
It went hard, unfortunately.
Jay-Z went crazy. But I'm saying all this to say, I didn't say Kanye went crazy on any song. Kanye was just, like, very blah, like, no bars. Like, boy, I can't rap no more. But Drake is like, Drake just stuck to the pad. Drake did his Drake thing, and guaranteed 3 years down the road, we still gonna be playing Certified Lover Boy. We'll be riding around. Oh, remember this song?
I will.
But I mean, overall, like, Donda sounds better, but Kanye can't rap, and Drake, he had a couple hits. I can say that.
Charlotte says, guess who's
Kanye
going to
can't
jail
rap with a
tonight?
shirt.
She said, guess who's going to jail tonight? And then she said it was very Kurt Franklin-y with his production, I guess.
It went in on that song.
Janelle. We already know, but
I listened to Donda for a couple of reasons. Number one, Trevor and I had a really good conversation. I've listened to like maybe a song and a half, and I just feel like I am actually secretly a huge Kanye fan. Like, Kanye really, I've said it before, Kanye changed my life when it came to music. Like, if my sister was here right now, she would say, like, Kanye really changed me. But I think his evolution right now doesn't include me. I just don't like what he's putting out. I loved the visuals from his music, how, like, I could just really see crazy colors and, like, wild, fun situations. And I just don't get that anymore, so it just doesn't resonate with me. But I feel like maybe in a month, I'll give it a listen and come back. But as far as Certified Lover Boy, I love it because Drake stayed on the path. I kind of didn't want nothing new. Like, I just kind of am fine with just a little bit of like stability because everything is wild right now. So Drake coming with music that I know I'm going to enjoy was what made me love it so much. Like, it is not an outstanding album. It is nothing like new and like crazy and amazing, but it just really makes me have feel good music. And I think that Drake is outstanding at being petty. And I aspire to be as petty as Drake is.
So I'll say, for as far as albums go, yeah, you can say what you want to say about the production of Donda, but I felt like it was just too all over the place for me. It just was hard for me to grasp on, like hold on to it. Like, I literally had to stop playing it sometimes just so I could clear my mind, because I was like, I don't know what's happening right now, so let me put it back on there. Yes, his features were amazing. I will say that the features were amazing, but I felt like they overshadowed him. Like, I didn't feel like he, like Trevor said, I didn't feel anything from him. And it sucks because he was like one of my favorite artists, especially with his first 3 albums. I think that was the greatest first 3 album run ever, with College Dropout, Late Registration, and then Graduation. I feel like that was one of the best trilogy albums to ever, like, you can put that on now and I'll just rock it as hard as I did when I first heard it. So for this though, I would have to give the win to Certified Lover Boy, but I hate that Drake did not evolve at all to me. I feel like he does play it very safe, but I think he's smart with that, because when you listen to his albums, he has a little bit for every genre. So like his music will be played wherever it needs to be played. You got some club joints on there with Future. You got your little reggae feels for a little reggae night somewhere. Like, you have like his little thinking he can sing crap that he does with his super emotional self. Like, you got everything for every kind of setting that you need, so he can make sure that he gets as much play as possible. So I will give the album to him. I loved 7 a.m. on Biddle. That was like my favorite track from the joint, and I liked the way he addressed Kanye in it. I really, it was really petty, and I liked it. But I am concerned though with some of his lyrics and the accusations that are following Drake right now. And I feel like with this little 17-year-old girl that he's got going on, and starting listening to some of the lyrics, it does sound like he's kind of mentioning her a lot in there. And if y'all don't know who the girl is, just go look it up, because she's real regular. Like, real.
Stranger Things. Are you talking about Millie Bobby Brown?
Yeah, but she's underage too.
Oh, I was gonna say she's very famous though. I'm not. I would say he said she's regular. I was like, she ain't regular. She real rich.
No, like regular. Like I thought she was like some. Yeah. And I look and like, so he's been like his little coded messages in there to her. That's kind of concerning, because and then with R. Kelly as a writer on the track, it's kind of like what kind. Now, I will say everybody has been influenced by R. Kelly in some way and taking stuff from him, but I don't know how I feel about it. Go ahead, Janelle.
So I did some research.
Go ahead.
Because I was not going to listen to that album if R. Kelly really had anything to do with it. And it
was like background vocals or something.
Say it again.
It was like the vocals had something with his background.
Yeah. So basically there's someone talking. I can't remember exactly what song, but they're talking. In the background of them talking, there's an instrumental playing, and it's R. Kelly music. They recorded this person's conversation to put it on the album. And because a very small snippet of R. Kelly's song is playing in the background, they had to add him on there no matter what.
Okay.
But they did not purposely do this. I literally, like, as soon as I saw that, I started Googling so hard. Like, I went through everything, and I saw the producer came out and made a statement. Like, he said, we do not condone R. Kelly or anything like that. I still don't like it. But it also shows, like, R. Kelly is everywhere.
He's everywhere.
He was
a musical genius. He was.
Well, let me ask that to Shannon real quick, because Shannon wasn't on that episode. So Shannon, can you still listen to R. Kelly?
Yes.
Yes. Tell us why.
His music is I mean, R. Kelly's music is his music. Now, as a person, he's got some stuff he's got going on.
Some stuff.
But his music is his music.
Some stuff. I mean, but when you think about his music, I don't see nothing wrong, and age ain't nothing but a number. Like,
I mean, I don't care about the backstory. Age ain't nothing but a number.
like
I mean, I don't look at it. I guess I just look at it before I got the backstory on what these songs were about. It was just, these are just good songs. So
Dave
I can
Chappelle,
listen to it.
this song, you drip, drip, drip.
It's doing that one. But you know,
Would it matter? I'm gonna leave it because I feel like I understand, but it was just nothing for me. Like I get it because literally his music is everywhere, but it was nothing for me.
Vanessa says, "Bye, Shannon. You are shaming the family. You're shaming the family right now."
Like
I just don't care. I know.
R. Kelly just because
Even about his victims, like the amount of children.
I care about his victims. I care about that separately.
You can
I
separate.
care about that whole thing separately. But like as far as his music, I'm not out here like, oh my gosh, I gotta hear my Kells. But if it comes on, I'm
She
not
called them
like,
Kells.
oh God, I can't do it.
She's a fan.
I'm just like, I mean, it's just a song.
Victoria said, "Yeah, no, I had to let go of R. Kelly, aka Problematic Robert, aka Prob Rob." Prob Rob. I like that. So you had Nig Nog and Prob Rob today.
But I think he's a creep personally. I think that all of that stuff is terrible. But I just think in the sense of like, did I take him out of my playlist? No. If I hear him playing on the radio, am I gonna change the song? It's probably not gonna matter.
I got a comment.
But-
I can't listen to him. I cannot enjoy the music knowing who he was writing about. It's nasty to me. What you say?
I said I didn't watch the documentary, so
Oh, did you not watch it? Oh, did you not watch it because you
last time.
hold on. Did you not watch it because you knew it was gonna be bad and you didn't want your idea of him tainted so you could continue to listen to the music, or did you just not watch it because you just didn't see it?
yeah, I just didn't care. I mean, like I know he's a creep, and I didn't really need all of the confirmation. It was like, yeah, he's a creep. Like he liked little girls. We been knew he liked little girls. The black community gave him way too many passes in the first place. But at the end of the day, his freaking music is his music, whatever. But I don't know. I guess I just don't put the two and two. It ain't that personal to me.
Charlotte
It's
says,
in Steven's defense, like I feel like we wear Nike and like what is it? They have like sweatshop. I understand. Like, I don't listen to R. Kelly, but like I understand like how it cannot. How if you're not really looking at the research, you're not really like putting your time into understanding like whatever. Like I get how you can like ignore it. It shouldn't be ignored, but I get how you can't ignore it.
yeah, I think you're right with the whole Nike thing. We wear them and they got sweatshops, little kids making them and not making any money, but we still put Nikes on our feet every day.
Yeah.
Charlotte says it's just a next button every time I hear his voice and his music. It's a no. Maybe it's different with having kids. I don't know. But as for me, I just the more that comes out about what he did, especially I think what was it the last episode we did talking about how he was purposely giving STDs to these girls, like
He just kept doing it for years. How,
Yeah.
20 years was it?
since 2007. So from 2007 to 2018.
No, in the 90s is when he started
Oh,
being
yeah,
trash. Like he just had a whole
Oh, yeah.
legacy of being disgusting.
for being trash. And I don't know. But back to the two albums. Like I said, I think Drake had I think Drake has the better album, but I was not impressed by either. I think both albums were way too long. I feel like they could have trimmed those albums down to 12 tracks, good tracks, and put it out.
Oh,
I don't mind long albums.
I do when I'm hitting the skip button every time.
How are you? Ugh.
What?
What?
It just baffles me when instrumentalists complain about having a lot of music. Like, and I was telling Trevor, I was like, there was one point in time where like
Quality
one
over
song.
quantity. Quality over quantity for me. Like if
Quality
you're gonna put out music, give me 12 banging tracks out of them 25 you done put on there. I skip half of them every time they come up. Like you could have just shelved that for your own personal home project. Give me the best tracks on the joint. And there's too
So
many.
you think
similar
Donna was a
ones.
bad album, like just because of? Are you saying in comparison to Drake, or you didn't like Donna at all?
No, Donna wasn't a. And Thank you, Unique. His album was mid. I think Drake's album was just mid. It was just typical Drake. It's gonna sell. It's gonna push.
That's
But
what I
as
meant to
for
say.
Donda, it was just too. It was too erratic. And I get that's where his mind is right now. So it's a perfect reflection of who he is right now.
For me,
But it
For
ain't.
me, Kanye wanted to post this man's address online. Kanye wanted to say, let's have a versus battle. Kanye wanted to call this man out, and your album's worse. So to me, Drake won, period.
Oh, I say he won.
I
But
gotta
okay, who
listen
would
to
win?
this
Who would
more,
win in a
because-
versus battle with all their tracks? Who would win, Drake or Kanye?
Drake.
Kanye.
He has
Other
enough.
albums?
He has enough
I
white
feel
flag.
like Drake will win just because of he has a different audience. Like
He's
he
crossover.
touches everybody.
Yeah, he's
More
crossover. He's got good
versatile.
crossover appeal. I feel like though,
Yeah.
out of if you
I
take
think
away
so.
who had the best albums, like I said, Kanye had one of the best 3 runs. Like the Graduation album in itself.
Big fan base.
Yeah, it's basically on fan base. But I will say, like the Graduation album is one of the very few albums that I bang every single track on it. Like there are
But
very
are
few
we calling
perfect
Drake
albums.
a legend? Because if we're saying that Drake will be, are we calling Drake a legend? Because Kanye's a legend for sure. There's no
Drake's a
argument about
legend.
that,
He was
right?
artist of the decade. Like I don't get how you.
That's already set in stone.
Yeah.
Drake trying to be the GOAT. Not
Yeah.
That
Like, he-
face is
Is it
shady.
timeless GOAT though? Like, I mean, to be a GOAT or be a legend, you have to be timeless. You think his music is timeless?
Yeah, I think.
yes,
I think so.
yes.
But my thing is, I think you're saying that too because
For 80 years from now, okay?
Drake
Yeah.
Drake does benefit to me from cultural ambiguity too. Like
Yes, and I hate it.
His music is cultural
Yeah.
unity
Um,
in
Drake
musical
is
form.
anywhere. If you want this, Drake got it. If you want that, Drake got. Drake is Amazon. Drake is at your front door. He's in your
Drake is
playlist.
Amazon.
Like any. Like
But
No,
does that take away from the art though? The fact that it's so like ambiguous, does that take away from the actual art of it all though? Like,
I think it takes away from the culture accepting him as the GOAT. It will. Because you have
There
people
is-
that went hard like Lil Wayne. You have people that just went. I know you hate him, Janelle, but you got Wayne. You got people like
But I don't-
Wayne. You got
Right.
Kendrick. You got Kendrick who are culturally just in the culture, and then you got Drake in here. I don't know how to talk to you, like singing and doing all that mess like that. Like that
But
to me,
I don't think that Drake is trying, and just hear me out. I think Drake is trying to just take over the world. Like, first, hear me on this. I compare his album to the iPhones. Every year, we get the same phone, just a few different features. But that
That's
phone
fine.
sells
We don't.
like
I'm
crazy.
Samsung
That
all
is
day.
Drake albums.
and that's why
You don't count. We're not even talking to you right now.
that's what takes away from the legendariness to me, I guess, because I don't get that with Kanye. If we look at Kanye's whole catalog, I don't get that same
from who?
iPhoneality that you get with Kanye.
The reason I love Drake, though, is because, and this is just me, I watched Degrassi from the time he was younger. To me, Drake is just acting. Drake doing music and all this stuff is all a part of him being an actor. I really don't even think he would sit up here and say, like, I mean, if he did, I would say he's crazy. Like, I don't even consider Drake a rapper. I just consider him an outstanding entertainer. He is an outstanding entertainer, and his music is top tier.
Drake is Amazon
But
Universal
because
Appeal,
I get
readily
that same
available.
vibe, that actor vibe from him too, like that takes away from the soul of the music for me a little bit. I don't get soul music when I hear Drake. I think that's what.
Yeah,
that's
I don't
what
think that.
fuels-
I don't think that either. I just hear a lot of
I just
very pop, a little bit of R&B, a little bit of everything.
I can't put him at GOAT because of the stuff that he raps about and the way he actually lives his life. It's two different things. You talking about having these hardships and you having dinner in a stadium you rented out. Like, shut up. You are not going with no hardship. I get along better with your friends. Like, no, like, bro, you got all this money. You're not worried about people's friends. And it's hard, and I know. Like, no, it's not hard for you.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
Like, no, like if I put Drake in a room with like Kendrick and like with Wayne, and I can't sit there and say that this man is a GOAT. Maybe he's a GOAT in terms of his presence on the music
That's the
scene.
problem.
I can say one thing. I'm a huge Lil Wayne fan, and Drake is higher on that ladder than Lil Wayne is.
I don't know about that. I feel like you're talking some mess. I feel like your wife has gotten into your mind a
Lil
little
Wayne
bit.
had the droughts. Lil Wayne had the droughts and the Carters, which was about 5 years. Drake has been around for about 15 years now.
He's been rapping for so long
15 years.
and has not missed a beat.
I feel like-
Scorpion was a miss. That album was not good.
I like Scorpion.
Scorpion was a terrible album.
The Carter
I
4,
forgot all
the
about
Carter
that
4 and No Ceilings were terrible, bro.
Yeah.
No Ceilings songs in the Carter 4 were just bad.
Drake
give you
makes
that.
music
I
for
feel
people.
like-
I don't think he actually cares about his lyrics. He just makes sure that it's like what
Drake
we're
makes
gonna
music for cancers. He makes
That's
music
not
for
true.
cancers.
I love me a good Drake.
I like
Well,
Drake. Yeah.
I-
I feel like comparing Drake and Kanye is like comparing like Picasso and somebody that makes Coca-Cola ads. Like,
I agree.
Coca-Cola's making more money right now than Picasso is, but like Picasso's were the actual artists. That's why I have a hard time saying they're both legends. Drake, I guess, is a Kanye
Drake is a legend, but
not
I just don't. I don't feel he should be up
legendary.
there.
Was he a legend? Huh?
But they have to be in the same category. I feel like in Drake's category, he is a legend. In Kanye's category, he is a legend. But in the same category, no. That could
To
definitely
me,
be.
Kanye
hold
made it a head-to-head, and he lost.
Let me
He
read
made-
this comment.
He made it that.
Let me read this comment.
Yeah.
Unique says, I feel Drake, all of Drake's albums, I learned something new about him. I just didn't get that here. Just that he can rap over good beats, which is what we already knew. Charlotte says, Wayne is the GOAT, period. Crybaby tale. So, yeah, Drake does cry sometimes to me, and that is annoying. Like that whole whiny, like I get it, it's prevalent, but this goes to me to show the evolution of where rap has come and what it's become. I feel like we need to maybe make new categories for what some artists are doing, and not just be calling it rap, because I feel like you have different I think we need to talk more about lyricists and then rappers, and then like we need to just make more categories, because I feel like putting Drake up there with some people, like lyrically, I don't is he a good lyricist? Yes, but I don't think he could ever stand toe to toe and try to rap with like Andre 3000 or something. Like he's gonna lose that to me. Like I just think he loses
That's
that.
two completely different people.
But I'm
Yeah.
saying that's why I'm saying we
But
need
you know
more
what?
categories.
Go ahead.
It's important to say what you're looking for, because Lupe Fiasco is going to out-rap anybody.
Yep.
Lupe Fiasco
Lupe
is
is
going
nasty.
to... And Eminem is going to destroy anybody. Jay-Z is going to destroy anybody. But you're looking for crowd appeal. You're looking for crossover. You're looking for sales. You're looking for,
Vanessa hit
hey, dude, NBA Youngboy. Every kid wants to be NBA Youngboy.
Say that.
Vanessa says it best. I think Vanessa has the best description. She said Drake is the greatest pop rap artist, and I think absolutely. But
absolutely
greatest rap artist, not at all.
No. Who would ever say that?
I feel like people
But
are saying
the
that
difference
though.
is like
Rap artists.
the
Not
difference
for-
is like you can. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead and listen. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say the difference is like you can ask Drake fans about Kanye and it's gonna be undeniable. You know, so people are the only on the Drake side though. People who are on the Kanye side can say something about Drake. You know, like I don't know.
It's so weird how it
This is a long argument,
Okay.
I guess.
Well, here's a question for Shannon. Who gave us the better product? You got Jay-Z gave us Kanye and Rihanna, and Lil Wayne gave us Drake, Nicki, and some other people. So who gave us the better products? Who gave us the better like when you go to the club, who gave you the people that you wanted? Like
Kanye, Rihanna.
Oh no, in the club, definitely Drake.
It's definitely Drake and Nicki in the club.
In the club.
all right, in the club, Drake and Nicki.
Now, you just don't. You're not listening for Kanye at the club. You listening for Kanye because you vibing.
Unless he's
And Rihanna refuses to give us more work, so that's
Refuses.
Why should she
That
with
was
the way Fenty's going on?
without a
The way Fenty is going on.
to her for me.
like keep titillating me, Brianna. It's pissing me off.
Darnell said, dang, the light skins being attacked. What's going on? Yeah, we talk. You ain't even light skinned. What you talking about? You're not even light skinned. You're brown,
It's
boy.
because he's a gangster. That's
Ooh,
that
you
light skin.
It ain't nobody seeing 3 stacks.
That's
nobody.
right, Unique. To be honest, not a lot of people seeing 3 stack. And I feel like he's so underrated in today's game. People don't realize his impact and what that man does. What'd you say?
I think he's definitely loved by the people
That know
that
him, but
know
kids
him.
today don't know him. They out here thinking that that NBA Youngboy and all of them are like the greatest thing smoking. It's like,
Can we accept that? Can we accept that our parents said the same thing about us?
no,
That they hated our music?
no, because
Like,
that means I'm getting
our-
old.
Bro, we still kids, Janelle, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what
Oh,
you're
yeah.
talking about. We're children.
No, I actually saw this conversation. There were people on Instagram going back and forth about, oh, this music nowadays is so bad. And I'm like, you literally sound like your mama.
Our parents.
Like, it may not be for you, but that doesn't mean it's bad. You just don't like
Yeah.
it. But I'm not ever gonna call somebody's craft bad.
So Darnell says Drake is an artist. Kids like him, adults like him. He's been relevant for years. He is an ultimate artist, and I agree. I mean, he's putting out stuff that everybody wants to hear. It's just, to me, it's just all the same every time. And Victoria, you're right. We're the new grown-ups, and you hate it here. I hate it here too. With that being said,
everybody listens to that dude.
Who you talking about?
Young boy, NBA young boy.
I have not listened to a single thing that man has done. I'll be
Me
honest.
neither. I thought he got a lot of kids. Must be a Scorpio too.
That's for the kids. And
Trevor listens to a lot of ratchet music.
because Trevor's ratchet. He in the all black. Do you not know who this man is? This man is ready.
It's
He
ridiculous.
probably got on some Gucci flip flops right now.
Sure do. Darnell says crying is his style. Nobody hate on T-Pain with the auto-tune. I mean, yeah, everybody has their thing.
That's a goat too.
T-Pain really
Yeah, T-Pain is underrated too.
flowers till now.
That's
Yeah.
a goat.
I love his podcast too. His podcast is really good if y'all haven't watched it. And thank y'all for watching us. With that being said, thank y'all for watching us tonight. We had fun, but we got one more thing to talk about because we have a... What you got to say, Janelle? You got something on you?
I thought Shannon had something to say. Now you're saying we have something else to talk
We
about.
do have something else to talk about. But Shannon, you had something else?
Right.
Oh, I was going to say that Nick Cannon is a Libra.
Nick Cannon is a Libra. I told you. Yep.
We got to reassign to the Scorpios, like we said.
You can't. He can't be. That is not how we are. If we're off balance, we're a mess. But that is something else.
Yeah,
Unique,
he's off
you right.
balance for sure.
Unite. Unique, you're right. Usher did hate on T-Pain. I think Usher realized that he was falling off after that Confessions albums. He had a few bad runs and got upset when T-Pain was just running the radio for a while, and Usher was used to running that scene. Huh?
For Confessions, you sure?
I said after Confessions. He was like the 2 years after Confessions, like he kind of lost a little bit of relevance within like 2008 to 2011. Like people weren't talking about Usher no more, and T-Pain was buying people drinks and whatnot. What'd you
He
say?
was out here people green do. That's why.
Okay, let's not. Let's
Wait,
not.
No. That's
We got some comments. Shannon is too fine. Quentin Ruiz. Okay. Shannon is fine. Okay. We'll try to bring her back for you, man. We'll try to bring her back. It's the smile, isn't it? It's the smile that gets you every time. But yeah, with that being said, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. But we have one last thing to talk about. Y'all must have noticed tonight that Anthony is not with us. He's going on to do some things in his life, but he will be back. His seat will always be here, and he knows that. But with that being said, we're going to have a fun little competition where you, the audience, gets to choose our next host. So with that being said, Janelle, you want to run down some stuff about it?
Okay, y'all. So we're going to have a contest. And over the course of a month, we are going to have whoever wants to, sign up. We'll post about it, but we are going to have people come on as guest hosts, and the crowd and of course us will evaluate you. And at the end of the month, we will vote and pick someone, and that will be our new guest on the show. There will be rules. We will be posting about it tomorrow on Instagram and on Facebook. But we are looking for someone who is available on Monday evening, someone who is comfortable on camera, someone who is up to date on a lot of different current topics and things like that. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. And if you're interested, feel free to shoot. If you have my phone number, text me or shoot me a DM or Marcus.
Yep, hit us up. We, like you see at the bottom of your screen, there's the links. We're on Instagram at Marcus in the Man Cave, Facebook at Marcus in the Man Cave, Marcus in the Man Cave on YouTube, on the fan page on Facebook. If you know people, tag them, hit us up on there, drop something in our DMs. We listen to everything you guys say. One more comment from Nathan. He says that Shannon's smile is amazing. Look at that. Shannon, you're just getting all the love right now. So look, there it is. She couldn't hold it in. Look, she couldn't hold it in.
You got a job.
Mm-hmm. Nathan, do you have a job? You got. So yeah. So hopefully, I hope you had a fun time tonight, Shannon, and I want to thank you for coming and being a part of this. Hopefully, we can have you back at some time.
Thank y'all for having me.
All right, with that being said, I'm gonna leave y'all on a positive note. If you have somebody in your life that you haven't you've had an argument with and it's been some time and y'all haven't talked, if there's no animosity, please reach out to them and tell them that you love them and just try to repair relationships. I've watched a lot of people lose people these last few weeks, and you never know when the last time you're gonna talk to somebody. So show love to everybody, because you never know when it's their time. Give people their flowers while they're around to smell them. And with that being said, peace.